there are places in stories where and if you're working with a producer, they'll do that for you. But there are places in stories where you just want to kind of like pause and kind of like let that sink in, where you're the ideal scene that comes to my mind is, let's say you're doing a murder mystery, right? And you walk in and you're the detective, and you come in, or you're describing the scene actually, and there is gore and all this stuff all over the place, and you just want to kind of let that hang in the listener's head, like, wow, this is really a bad scene, and so what are we going to do next? You want them to anticipate what's coming next, and that's always a great way to, like I said, keep them going, keep them interested, keep them anticipating not just your next word, but that character's next move, because it's all about that characterization. As the narrator, you are, especially in mysteries and thrillers and in comedies as well, you are, well, of course, you're the main character, but the narrator yourself, you're a character in there, because what are you doing in every audiobook? You're setting the scenery, you're the setting, you're the time, you're all the characters. But as the narrator, you get to set the table, so to speak, and allow all the other characters to come in and actually kind of dine off of that bloody table or that mysterious table that you're setting. Okay, so yeah, strategic pauses, very vocal pitch to signal character emotions. So of course we've talked about this. We hit on voice characterizations in our last class. And when we talk about, and this just goes with any kind of characterizations that you're doing, but emotions are very important in mysteries and thrillers, because of course you get your you're characterizing shock and fear and things like that, things that really hit home with people, anxiety and stuff like that. And you're really kind of touching base with really base instinctual feelings that people have, and you want to tap into that to get this person, once again, flowing with you in your story delivery. It's almost like, you want to get that listener to be kind of like your partner in crime. They're like, yeah, what do we do next? Yeah, what's going to happen? And so it really kind of helps to heighten that interest in the listen within the listener. Adjust volume for emphasis and atmosphere. Once again, you're, like I said, with that setting. You walk into this room. There's a bloody knife on the table. There's a handwritten note. There's whatever. There's something on the wall. There's something mysterious over there in the dark corner. Should you go over there and investigate? Things like that. And you have to be a very, when you're setting that atmosphere, you use those pauses, you use that, you're setting that tension so you can bring that listener in, and make them wonder, hey, what is that he's talking about? Yeah, I want to know more about that. Who was holding that bloody knife? Was it used for anything, or is it just a kind of a red herring that the author is putting there, to try to fool me into, heading down one storyline when there's actually something else going on here, As the narrator, you're kind of you have a lot of options, with mysteries and theater. I mean, in thrillers, you can go, you can be kind of creepy. You can be straight up, you can be kind of that happy, kind of strange, detached read, where you're just kind of reading the book, and you're just kind of setting this creepy, detached tone that, kind of like where the narrator is kind of almost like your haunted house guide, so to speak, right?